Hey everybody, Red Kiwi here. Gonna do another flight from back in my home country. We're gonna fly from Auckland down through to the bottom of the North Island to Wellington. Should be a fairly scenic route that we're gonna take. So we will take off from Auckland International Airport. We will head south, and some of the highlights that I think we're going to see is over here. This is Mount Narahui. No, this is Mount Taranaki, actually. And that is going to be quite prominent mountain. And then over here, we've got Mount Narahui, Tongariro, Ruapehu. So we should see that. This is Lake Taupo, which is a pretty significant lake for the region. Then we will come down here to over the Kapiti Coast, where I used to grow up. I grew up right here around Kapiti Island. Then we are going to come in on ILS 16. I don't know whether we're going to use ILS. We can actually see in Air New Zealand, SDA 12. That's a flight coming in on that same flight path. I don't know who SDA 12 is. We can actually look them up because they are actually real flights. So we can just look up SDA 112. Let's see what that is. It's not coming up with anything at the moment, but quite often you can just look them up, and it looks like it's a Sounds Air flight. Not entirely sure where it's going, but sometimes in Flight Aware you can look them up and it'll actually tell you where the flight is actually going. Okay, so that's going, it says it's going from Picton to Wellington. So Picton is actually in the South Island. So Picton is sort of like Picton is like in here somewhere. This is actually where the ferry goes from here to Picton. So maybe what he had to do is he had to sort of go over here and take that flight path in, because that's the active runway is 16. Anyway, that'll be interesting to see. So we'll be doing it in an Airbus A320Neo, and I'm going to be able to try and use Autopilot. I've been getting some bugs on Autopilot recently, so I want to see if those are ironed out with the latest update. So let's go ahead and load it up. Alright, here we are at Auckland International. So I've set our maximum cruise speed to, I think it's 20,000 or 25,000. We've got live weather today, live traffic. We've got the graphics up as high as they'll go on this computer. So let's get stuck in. We are just parked at the gate, so we're going to have to get this plane fully operational. So I love doing the checklist. It is pretty neat. So let's get this going real quick.
Battery switches.
Let's get our VFR over there, our map, so we'll get the batteries operational.
On. External power. On if available. Engine generators. On /
So
fault
we should
displayed.
have a couple
Engine
of
bleed air
those.
switches.
They're good.
On. APU master switch.
So the APU,
On.
for those who don't know,
APU start.
is this guy right here. There's a little motor, a little engine in here that fires up, and that's going to provide us with electricity to get everything going. So let's start that up.
APU start.
Here we go. So now that's firing up. We've got 25%. Once that gets up and running, then we can turn external power off. That's where they sort of plug you into the front so that you can get everything up and running. So we're at 75, 76, almost there.
Wait for avail lid. APU bleed.
Okay, so we'll turn that on.
On. External power.
Don't need that anymore
Off.
because our APU's
Fuel
up and
pumps.
running. Let's get the fuel pumps operational.
On.
Nice.
Beacon.
And the beacon.
On.
Now let's get the engines up and running.
Thrust levers. Idle.
So those are in
Engine
idle
mode selector.
position. We need to put that into start.
IGN/start. Engine master 2.
Put engine
On.
2
Engine master 1.
and engine 1.
On.
So we hear that on that
Engines.
side. That's interesting. Like after a little bit, you'll see it goes sort of blurry here from the heat. There, see? Isn't that cool, huh? And that one as well. Alright. So we can go inside here and we can see... We're going to be watching these ones here. I've got to learn what sort of N1, N2 means. Maybe if somebody is watching the video, you can tell me. I can look it up, I guess, as well. They look stabilized.
Confirm stabilized.
Yeah, there we go. Cool. So now engines are up and running. And now we can turn
APU bleed.
that off.
Auckland Airport
APU
information
master
with
switch.
21000.
Off.
Turn the APU
Engine
off.
mode selector.
And put that onto normal.
Sky conditions. Few clouds at 1,100 feet. Few clouds at 4,000 feet. Few clouds at 11,800
Okay,
feet.
so let's
Temperature,
tune Auckland
14.
clearance. We're going to push off and get out of here, I think. We're going to request clearance.
Auckland clearance delivery Airbus Alpha Sierra X-Ray 320 IFR to Wellington ready to copy.
Airbus Alpha Sierra X-Ray 320 is cleared to Wellington Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 5 right climb and maintain 13,000 feet. Departure frequency is 119
Okay, so
decimal.
one of the things I want to do here is set my altimeter. We'll just read back first so that we
Airbus
get
Alpha Sierra X-Ray 320 cleared to
IFR
Wellington
following.
Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 5 right climb and
So what I'm
maintain
going to do here is I
13,000
want to
feet.
set this
Departure on 119 decimal
to
2 squawk
managed,
644.
and I want to set that to 13,000 feet.
121 decimal 9er.
Okay, so I want to contact ground on 121.9. I want to request taxi.
Auckland ground Airbus Alpha
So
Sierra X-Ray 320 with Oscar ready to
I
taxi
want
IFR.
flight director on.
Airbus Alpha Sierra X-Ray 320 taxi to and hold short of runway 5 right via taxiway Alpha.
I'll set that once I get on the runway, but if we're running... I can't remember which one we're taking off on, but I guess we'll find out in a second.
Taxi to and hold short runway 5 right using taxiway Alpha Airbus
5.
320.
We'll wait till we get there. Okay, so let's go outside the aircraft and we'll have a look around. So, yes. So let's request a pushback. I just press Shift P, but you can go through ground services, and here you can request pushback. You can request which way we want them to steer. So we can speed it up too. If you press R and then Control plus a couple of times. There we go. Whoa, buddy. So if I want to steer to the right, not yet though. We'll just speed things up a little bit. I have to give it a little bit of warning, so I'll say push back, steer to the right.
Auckland ground Airbus Alpha Sierra X-Ray 320 requesting pushback tug to steer the aircraft to the right.
Ah,
Airbus Alpha Sierra X-Ray 320.
always get that
your
wrong.
request has been transmitted to the operator.
You know what I'll do is I'll see if I can go around here. Is there anything on my way? No. That'll be fine. So go to clearance. I think I have to... I guess I can just start taxiing. I think I've got... So let's bring her around here. There we go. Looks like we're gonna head down here by the looks of it. Auckland Airport is a beautiful airport actually. It's in the northern part of the country, so it's the warmer part of the country. It's reminds me a lot of Hawaii actually. And so we're just gonna give ourselves a couple of flaps. So we get ready for that. And I used to go here quite often when I was a kid. My grandparents were in Auckland and did a lot of fishing. I think there's more sailboats per capita in Auckland than any other city in the world. Lots of people who live in bays next to the water. I think I was doing some analysis or reading, and I think the average temperature in the winter is 15 degrees Celsius. So I've never known it to snow in Auckland. It's always very warm. It's not as warm as Honolulu or anything like that, but it's definitely very pleasant. Very pleasant indeed. Pretty big city, Auckland, as well. I can't remember the population. Population in New Zealand, I think, is 4 million. Okay, so we'll get here and hold. We should see the menus change in a second. I don't know why it keeps kicking. There we go. So normally I would have to request takeoff clearance. I'll do a little look. What's that up there? No, we're clear. Maybe I have to tune to the tower. No? And let's tune ground. Why am I not getting a request for allowing... Let's do a pushback then. Maybe I need to trigger it. If I have to be behind that line or something. I'm just waiting for it to the menu to say request takeoff clearance. Oh, this is painfully slow. Go.
Auckland ground, generic Golf Bravo Alpha 103 requesting pushback.
But another aircraft
generic
is
Golf
requesting.
Bravo Alpha 103 pushback request accepted. Auckland ground, generic Golf Bravo Alpha 103 requesting the end of pushback.
Let's
generic Golf Bravo Alpha 103 request to end pushback received.
away. Oh, there we go. 3. Request takeoff clearance from Auckland
Auckland Tower,
Tower.
Airbus Alpha Sierra X-ray 320 at runway 5 right, ready for takeoff IFR to Wellington.
Airbus Alpha Sierra X-ray 320 cleared for takeoff runway 5 right.
Okay, so...
Cleared for takeoff runway 5 right, Airbus Alpha Sierra X-ray 320.
Okay, so heading... We want 05. There we go. So once we get up, we'll press Autopilot, which is right here. And that should get us up and locked in. Here we go. I'm going to go outside. Now it's kicking to the left. 70, 80 knots, 110. See, now it's kicking to the right. Weird. We'll take it off, I think. Well, that's not the best takeoff. Gear up.
Airbus 320 contact New Zealand Center on 119.2.
So we are gonna have to bank around to the right eventually. Acknowledge
119
handoff.
decimal to Airbus 320.
Too slow. Too slow. We're getting into stall territory, so we're just gonna push the nose down a little bit. We're only at 3,500 feet though. There we go, speeds up a little bit now, which is good. Okay, so we'll let's bank around. Gonna raise the flaps a little bit.
Overspeed.
Overspeed.
New Zealand Center Airbus Alpha Sierra X-ray 320 is at 4,000 feet, climbing 13,000 feet.
Airbus Alpha Sierra X-ray 320 New Zealand Center, continue to brook as planned. Altimeter 29.93.
I'm just gonna look outside.
Airbus 320 traffic is 10 o'clock, 4 miles at 2,500 feet generic.
He
Report them in sight.
wants to see if I can spot this traffic. At where? 10 o'clock. Oh, that's him down there. Yes, I do report him inside.
Airbus 320 traffic in sight.
Okay, we are at 8,000 feet, climbing pretty steeply here. I'm going to put flaps all the way out. And we're going to just decrease the throttle there. Just want to have a look at where our flight path is. So that's the guy he was asking me to see. Let's bank over here a little bit more. See if we can get on this flight path. Once I'm on the flight path, we'll have a look at the autopilot. So we're at 10,000 feet, heading to 13,000. That should be good there. Okay, so let's go inside and 13,000 feet. We're gonna say, can't remember the difference between managed or engage,
Airbus
selected.
320 climb and maintain flight level
Oh
230.
man, he wants me to go to flight 230, which is 23,000 feet. I'm going to do managed, and I'm going to put autopilot on. See, why does it do
Airbus
that?
320 acknowledge last transmission.
I did.
Climb and maintain flight level 230 Airbus 320.
Okay, not cool. Not cool again. Not cool. Alright, so let's turn around. Look at the ice forming on the tail. Isn't that neat? Probably not good. Alright, let's try this again. Maybe I'd have to do selected. Flight 230. Okay, so that's a good, relatively good direction. So let's go in again. My heading is that, because that's where we're heading right now. And let's do autopilot. And why is it trying to... Okay, there we go. No? Okay. Let's move this up to 23,000 feet. And then sometimes I find that doesn't.
Or 43 miles south.
Somebody else, it's not me.
Maintain 3,000 feet. Expect 40 ME whiskey runway 5 right approach by length transition.
So what I think I have to do is I have to change this vertical speed, right? So let's do,
Descent and maintain 3,000 feet.
and say engage.
Runway 5 right approach via Lingba transition clear
Okay.
to Lingba, New Zealand 416.
So now we're increasing our altitude, heading towards 23,000 feet, which is flight level 230. We're a little bit off course, but we've got autopilot enabled. Let's do a little check to see where we are on the map. So we just took off from Auckland Airport, sort of wiggled around a little bit as we tried to figure ourselves out. And we're going to intersect. There's another guy there. Is there another plane? Yeah, so he should be off on our right side. Over there somewhere. So what we can do, I guess that, oh there he is right there. Cool, huh? That there is that guy there. Very cool. So we're heading towards 23,000 feet. What I can do is I can actually turn the aircraft if I get the right way. Alright, which way is this turning? No, I did the wrong way. So we have to do it this way. There we go. We're going to turn the sharper. I think we increased. Yeah. Once we get to 23,000 feet, he's probably going to ask us to go to 25, which is what I set my cruising altitude to be. We're getting pretty close to it now. Sometimes I've seen the autopilot do that, where it sort of rocks from side to side.
Airbus 320 climb and maintain flight level 250.
250.
Climb and maintain flight level 250 Airbus 320.
So we will go to 250. Watch this, if I turn the autopilot off, well, let's just get to 250 first. Wrong way. Do that, and then we will engage vertical speed. I have to do it again. It's not doing it, see? Okay, engage. Engage.
Airbus 320, please expedite your climb
I'm
to flight
trying
level
to.
250.
It's not doing it though, hey? So we'll say level aircraft off. Engage. And then we want to reduce this. So that we start lining up with the flight path. See, why does it keep rocking from side to side like that? It's definitely not increasing. Now we are. See, I'm lucky because that's what I just did. So I don't know what's wrong with it. And this rocking from side to side. Yeah, watch, when we get to 25,000 feet, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take autopilot off. I just need to... Oh, we've got another aircraft here. What altitude is he at? It's right there. Or she. That's an actual Air New Zealand flight. Once we're on track, I'm going to speed the simulation rate up. So that we can get through this a little quicker. Oh, no, the other way. Okay, so if we take autopilot off, right? Look! Now it doesn't rock. Put autopilot on. And now it rocks from side to side. Microsoft, you are gonna, or the developers, you're gonna have to look into that. Because that's not cool, because I don't think I'm doing anything wrong. Maybe I am, but it never used to do that. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll just going to speed the simulation up. And this is something else that I don't like. When you speed the simulation up, look at the right, like there's massive vertical differences. It only does that when I speed the simulation up. Right? Another bug. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to set the weather to be clear skies, just so that we can see what's going on. There we go. Okay, so what just happened there? So there is Mount Taranaki in the distance. So that is right here. And then if we pan over this way, these are the other mountains, volcanoes, that are in the middle of the North Island. So those ones there is like Ruapehu, Tongariro, Narahoe, and they should be like here. So this is Lake Taupo, this is Rotorua, where all the mud pools are and stuff. So Lake Taupo should be, I don't know, there or something? Doesn't look like. Oh, maybe that's it there. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's speed up the simulation a bit. Don't like that rocking. Look at it. Everyone would be sick in there. That's not cool. You watch, and if I take autopilot off, solid as a rock. That's how it should be. What if we take flight director off? Ooh. No. I gotta read up what's the difference between flight director and autopilot. I don't know the intricacies of that. We go outside now and look to our right. We should see this mount. It used to be called Mount Egmont, which was a British name, but the Māori name is Mount Taranaki, so that's over there. And then there is, oh, there's another aircraft, Air New Zealand flight. So this is, if I can remember correctly, Ruapehu I think is first, then it's Tongariro, and then there's a really pointy cone type called Narahoe. And this is the desert road. There's actually a highway, the state highway goes through here. Might have to change out. Nah, no, we'll be fine. Just cut through here. And actually let's go inside. And we will just change this. We want to go less, I believe. We can actually request what's the vector
New
to the
Zealand
next
Center Airbus
waypoint,
Alpha
which is
Sierra
this
X-ray 320 requesting vector to next waypoint.
Daycom.
Matthew 113, you are 41 miles southeast. Climb and maintain 6,900 feet. Expect vectors, visual runway 20 approach. Airbus 320, continue to Datum turning and following heading 150, proceed on course.
150.
Climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Expect vectors. Visual runway 20 approach Massey 113.
Continue to Datum turning and following heading 150, resume on
See, I
navigation
think we're a
Airbus
little tight
320.
I think we're probably aiming for this one here. B-dual. Where did that aircraft come from? Well, that's that one that was just being radioed.
Zero descent and maintain 11,000 feet.
Okay, so they want us to descend to 11,000
Descend and
feet.
maintain 11,000 feet, Airbus 320.
So we'll go inside, and we want to descend to 11,000 feet. Feet. Engage. And then we want to engage that. We want to do a negative. Let's kill some speed off. Alright, so this is, I think that there is Kapiti Island. I grew up around here when I was a kid. That's it right there. What's our heading like? Not too bad. We're heading towards 11,000 feet. Let's speed things up a little bit now. So a lot of earthquakes in New Zealand, and it's right on a fault line. You may have heard of the one at Christchurch, which was pretty big. I'm nervous about that amount of descent. That's better. So huge beach line here. I remember being able to stand down here and just look as far as the eye could see as just white sandy beaches. All the way, all the way, all the way. All of this here is just sandy beaches all the way up the country. The other side of the country, over there, that's more rocky. But this side is definitely sandy beaches, which is fun. Okay, I'm gonna just, I need to just kick to the right a little bit. So I need to just do that. I'm gonna do 156. A little bit more, I think. Maybe 160. Rocking is annoying. So we're heading for 11,000 feet. There we go, we're leveling out. Good. I've got auto throttle on as well that you can hear. So, tons of fuel, 73%, no problems. We can probably go there and back easily. Let's put a little bit more, just accelerating the simulator here. Once we get to 11,000 feet, air traffic control may ask us to descend. I'm just going to zoom in here a little bit and give us a little bit more of a right turn. So I need to decrease this. No, increase it. Let's do 170. Okay, we're at 11,000 feet. Speed is 222 down here. Engines are at 50%. Probably could actually speed things up a bit. Yeah, that'll be good. Let's increase the simulation. This is
320 descend and maintain 7,400 feet.
7,400 feet. Okay, we can do that.
Descend and maintain 7,400 feet Airbus 320.
Airbus 320.
So this
you are
is-
35 miles north.
This is
Descend and maintain 11,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 16 approach by Whitby transition.
so this is Kapiti Island here. This is actually a bird sanctuary. So there's no rats or cats or dogs or predators, and so they do a lot of bird conservation on this island, which is pretty amazing. You can actually go take trips to it. So this is sort of the area that I grew up in. So we just need to go inside and descend to 7,400 feet. 7, and then up here we
Airbus
need...
320, did you hear my last transmission?
Oh, sorry about that. Yes, I did.
Climb and maintain 11,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 16 approach via Whitby transition. Cleared to Whitby Airbus 320.
So I need to do that. Engage. Here we go. I think that's taking us down. Yep. And that's Paraparaumu or Paraparaumu Airport right down there. That's actually where I took a flying lesson, out of there. Took off, flew around here, did a stall, which was super scary, circled around here and landed. Where are we on the flight path? I need to kick right a little bit. Let's do 180.
Airbus 320, contact Wellington approach on 121.1.
Okay, we'll acknowledge that handoff.
121.1 Airbus 320.
I need to get down. I'd like to get down a bit quicker. Plus I have to set this to 7,400. I have to put the here we go. No, that's not what I want. There's a place where I have to put the mouse, and it set altitude. No. Hundreds, okay. Oh, maybe you have to. Here we go. 7,400. Click. And now we should be starting to descend. We're going to tune Wellington approach.
Wellington approach Airbus Alpha Sierra X-ray 320 is at 8,600 feet, climbing 11,000
Okay,
feet.
so we are going to get to Whitby,
Alpha Sierra X-ray 320,
which is actually what this area is called. And then we will take a left turn, and that'll take us the direct path straight into the airport. We're at 7,700 feet. Might need to do a bit of a right turn. Well, we might intersect it here and then turn. It's just... So this guy is on our right side of our aircraft. Where are you?
Airbus 320, you are 4,000 feet below your assigned altitude. Climb and maintain 11,000 feet altimeter.
Okay,
to 9
so
decimal
why
9.
does he get me to do that? He just asked me to go to 7,400 feet.
Climb
And now he's
maintain
asking me to
11,000
go
feet,
up
Airbus
to
320.
11,000 feet. I think that's a bug. Or it's something in my flight plan. Okay, so we need to go level aircraft off. And we need to go... Nope, didn't want to do that.
Airbus 320, descend and maintain 3,000 feet.
3,000 feet now. Wow. Here's my other flight. Yeah, 3,000 feet, because there's my airport right there. Okay, so let's go 3,000 feet.
Airbus 320, did you copy?
I did, but I forgot to tell you about it.
Descend and maintain 3,000 feet, Airbus 320.
Kick that back, and now I want to engage that. And I want to start descending. Are you going to descend? No. Why do you do that? Not descending. Not descending. Not descending. Why are you speeding up? Auto throttle off. Left-hand turn, so we need to get this.
Airbus 320, keep speed below 170 knots.
Now it's descending. Okay. Let's go current heading.
Airbus 320, did you hear my last
I'm so
transmission?
sorry. So sorry. Getting a little flustered here.
Keep speed below 170 knots, Airbus 320.
Okay, so let's have a look outside.
Airbus 320, descend and maintain 2,600 feet.
Okay, my speed is 240.
Descend and maintain
So I'm going to put air
2,600
brakes.
feet, Airbus 320.
That'll slow me right down.
Airbus 320, you are 9 miles north of Wellington. Contact Wellington Tower on 125.25 when inbound.
Okay. So I will
Tower on
acknowledge that.
125.25, Airbus 320.
Oh. So I'm going to put my landing gear down. That'll slow me down as well.
2,500.
There's the landing gear. So let's put flaps out. See, I think I got to accelerate here because I've got that all the way down. There we go. That's better. I was losing a ton of altitude there. Still coming in a bit quick. I'm going to do another flap. Wellington City is the main road going in, is that one below us. That's where all the trains come in. Wellington City is just over here. This is sort of the harbour, and our airport is right there. So we are speed 165, looking good, a little high. Let's go inside the aircraft now and switch to this view. So we're a little high. But speed is 180, so a little quick. Let's slow it down and give ourselves another flap. There we go. I'm going to tune to 1 Wellington Tower. Forgot to do
Wellington
that.
Tower Airbus Alpha Sierra X-ray tree 20 4 miles north inbound ILS runway 16 approach.
Airbus Alpha Sierra X-ray tree 20 Wellington Tower. Cleared ILS, runway 16 approach. Altimeter 29.902 wind 248 at 3.
Okay. Acknowledge that pattern entry.
Airbus tree 20 cleared to land runway 16.
Pretty reasonable speed,
Follow the
150.
generic on final. Wind 248 at 3.
Just gonna pull her up a little bit here. Feel like I'm coming in a little low. I want to just look up there. There's a road
Airbus
right in front of it.
20 go around.
Go around. No, I don't want to do that. The video will get too long.
100, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, retime.
That was not good.
Airbus tree 20 acknowledge last transmission.
I don't know what happened there. I guess that guy there was on the runway. That's why I would have had to have done a go around.
Wellington Tower, St. Andrews 327 at runway 16 ready for takeoff on aircraft to Nelson.
Not the best landing. Sorry about that.
Short runway 16.
Flaps up. Request taxi to the gate.
Wellington ground Airbus Alpha Sierra X-ray tree 20 taxi to the gate.
Sorry about that, passengers.
Airbus Alpha Sierra X-ray 320 taxi.
When I know the only gates at Wellington are over here to the left. So we'll head this direction, acknowledge the taxi clearance.
Taxiing to gate tree 0 via taxiway cross runway tree 4 Alpha Airbus tree 20.
I'm not great at landing. I gotta really practice that a bit more. My other video that I just did in a Beechcraft, I think I was a bit more patient. I wasn't as flustered. Oh, we've got traffic coming in, a little truck. I got flustered with him asking me to go from 7,400 up to 11,000 and then down to 3,000. Just seemed quite erratic. And then I ended up being too high. And then, and I don't like how it kicks. Look how it's weaving all over the place. Oh, I don't know what's going on. So let's park it here, and then I'll, I thought it was my joystick that was like oversensitive and was, or needed to be, calibrated, but I don't think that's true, because then I'd be kicking around in the air as well, right? Okay, so we're going to put parking brake on, and we're going to contact ground services, and we're going to ask them to connect the jetway.
Wellington ground, Airbus Alpha Sierra X-ray 320. Could you please connect the jetway to the aircraft?
This is cool.
Airbus Alpha Sierra
Oh,
X-ray
geez.
320, the jetway is going to be connected.
So watch, so now I'll actually open the door. Get rid of this menu. Okay, and then the other thing we'll do is we'll request baggage service.
Wellington ground, Airbus Alpha Sierra X-ray 320. Could you please send the baggage?
And then they
Airbus
open
Alpha
up the
Sierra
baggage
X-ray
here.
320 baggage is on the way.
Here we go. Sorry about the jerky mouse movements. It's not as elegant as some other videos, but I'm hoping you get the idea.
307 requesting pushback.
This is another somebody else requesting pushback. So what we'll do is we'll go inside the aircraft, and we're going to that warning is because we've got the door open, so we can acknowledge that. And then what we'll do is I think it's this view here. We're just going to power off one of the engines.
Wellington ground, New Zealand 8307 requesting the end of pushback.
New Zealand 8307.
And we've completed it. That is our logbook from Auckland to Wellington. Total flight time 35 minutes, which is about right. Thank you for joining me on this flight. Sorry for the landing, and you got to see a little few of the bugs on Autopilot, or bug in me if I was doing something wrong. If I was, please let me know, because it's super frustrating. Alright, thank you everybody. You got to see a little bit of New Zealand as well, and hopefully I was a relatively informative tour guide. We'll see you soon. Red Kiwi out.